Well, practice isn't going the way I wanted today, so let's talk about it. Hi, my name's Harmony. I am honored to be your gay dance teacher. My pronouns today are he and they, and I wanted to talk about warm-ups that we can do to get into our body so that we can practice dancing and moving even when we don't really wanna. So for a lot of us, especially if you're holding a lot of stress, it can be normal to have some resistance to moving, and especially when you know that it's so good for you and you want to do it, but then you get here and you're like, oh, I can't, and then that feels sad in your soul, and then your heart cries a little bit, and then you leave practice weeping. That doesn't feel good either. So I wanted to take you a little bit into what I do before a practice, especially when I'm having one where, I don't know, maybe my thoughts are a little busy and I'm having trouble connecting with my practice. So before we get into that, one way that you can help me help you is to subscribe to my channel. So, can you subscribe? I invite you to subscribe and click the notification bell, which is here, so that when I do have videos and I'm sharing them with you, you get them right away. And it also helps me build this channel and support what I do, which is teaching and serving. So, options, did you do them? Yes, great, awesome, thank you. So let's get into it. I wanted to start with, actually, it's a small Qigong exercise. Qigong is a practice for movement. Loosely translated, it's like energy and work. And it's that energy work, right? So it helps us move our Qi, get into our bodies, and kind of maybe take ourselves out of our mind a little bit. So the first thing that I wanted to show was some breathing. And you might notice I'm actually sitting. I'm in a chair, just to show you that you can do this warm-up from seated or standing. It's up to you. Today I feel like sitting, so I'm gonna. So the invitation is to find a comfortable position to sit in. We're gonna connect with our breath. If you wanna maybe settle down and back, find some support in your body. And inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale completely. Maybe I'll let out a gentle sigh. Your eyes can be open or closed. It's up to you. And the invitation here is to almost pretend like you have an imaginary bubble wand and you're going to go blow some bubbles. That exaggerated exhale helps us release completely, and it helps us lower our heart rate, which helps us reduce some of those symptoms of panic, symptoms of fight and flight. I'm starting to feel more relaxed already. So as we're breathing and settling, the invitation is to notice that quality of aliveness that runs through the center of your body. Imagine a laser or a string coming straight down through the crown of your head, and your breath's traveling with it deep into your belly, filling up your lungs and your belly like a balloon, full of air, full of nutrients. And the invitation here is to gently check in. How is your body feeling? Do you notice any sensations? Is there anything you need to attend to in real time? And if no, we're going to step into the next part of the practice, which involves the arms. We're going to raise our arms out and up above the head with our inhale. And exhale, pressing. Again, finding some settling down and back. Trusting our supports. Inhale up. Big breath, big stretch, and exhaling down. Now the invitation here is to draw your wrists upward towards the ceiling, as if you're like a puppet on a string and your wrists are being pulled up. Find wherever that reach feels like you have to put in some effort, but not quite. So like remove a little effort. We're just finding some stretch here. hold the breath just briefly, and then relax it down, almost like the air is cotton candy and you're just floating through it. There's a little tiny bit of resistance, but like it's cotton candy, so you're just smooshing all the way through. That's a fun visual. I like that. And from here, we're going to take a little gentle toss. And what I'm doing, even though I'm sitting, I'm still pressing into my seat and letting my arms kind of toss their way up. And I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me from this angle as well. There's a slight bounce here. So it almost feels like I'm getting ready to jump, but I'm not really being that extreme. We're just tossing the hands up. This is again a Qigong technique to get some of that Qi moving through our bodies, up from our center, into our hands, towards the ceiling. Sometimes for this one, I like to take 3 short inhales up, and then down. Up, down. And the breathing can be really however you want it to be, right? Your breath is your breath. You know better than I do. So trust your instincts. And the point here is to relax, to let your arms flow freely, and to get that Qi moving. Remember, we're just trying to move some stuff. It doesn't have to look cool. It doesn't have to be impressive. You don't have to reach extra high. We're just moving for the sake of movement because that movement is really medicine. And just a little bit of movement does a lot of good. So from this spot, on the last few, we're going to transition to have both our arms up, and then we're going to do downward swings. I'll show you what that looks like. Here we go. Arms come up and down. Now, in my personal practice, I do 100 of these in a row. It's great for people with ADHD because sometimes our thoughts go pretty fast and we forget what we're doing. And counting to 100 is a great way to regulate yourself. So let's do 20 together. So I'm going to count, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're doing great. 5, 6, relax. 7, big swings. 8, 9, 10. There's a little bounce here. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, nice and loose. 16, 17, keep it up. 18, almost there. 19, and 20. And then from here, we're going to go into another exercise called beating the heavenly drum. You can see kind of my arms just bounced into it seamlessly. You can readjust, take as much time as you need. Find some support, and we're going to pretend like there's a drum right in front of us. And this is the wonderful part because your drum is your drum. That means it can look like whatever you want it to look like. So if your drum wants to be beaten really fast and you want that heavy rhythm, go for it. If you want it to be slow, right here, that's cool too. It's your drum. You literally can march to the beat of your own drum, or sit to the beat of your own drum, or Qigong to the beat of your own drum. It's up to you. Wonderful, isn't it? So as we're here, the breath just follows gently. Remembering to relax, to allow, and just get that gentle movement in. As we're doing this, notice how that repetition, that rhythm, becomes embodied, right? This is a practice of embodiment. Feel again for that quality of breath and aliveness through your center. Allow this to be relaxing. This is literally finding inner peace. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. Doing a great job. And when you found that you've had enough and they're ready to move on from this drum, we're going to invert what we're doing. And instead of having the drum being beaten with the palm of our hands, we're actually going to use the back of our hands, our knuckles. And again, it's soft, it's gliding. Find your posture down and back. Feel supported and rested wherever you are. The breath is easy and relaxed. We're just flowing, just flowing. The wonderful thing about this practice is we're doing something called bilateral stimulation. Big words for something that's actually really simple. We're just using both sides of our body. And when our body uses both sides in rhythm, in synchronization, it really helps us regulate the nervous system. And that nervous system being relaxed allows us to think more clearly, to listen better, to be more creative, right? I need this for my dance practice. It allows us to be more open to new ideas and aware and present with the current moment. And in this moment for me, I'm noticing that, wow, I'm really lucky to be here, and I'm so grateful that I had this practice time today. And even if I only dance for one song, it's worth it, and I'm happy that I made this time for myself. So as your bilateral stimulation does wonders for your nervous system, just allow whatever to come up, and let it be gentle. And I'm feeling like I've had enough here. I'm going to do something called recycle breath. All I'm doing is flipping my palms down towards the ground and letting them raise up. And exhaling, pushing lightly. Again, that cotton candy air. Complete exhale to rest. And that, my friends, is Qigong. That was a little Qigong meditation to guide you into whatever part of your day you're feeling some resistance in. For me, it was dance practice, and for you, it might be, I don't know, getting up and showering, or getting up and running errands, or peopling, or whatever it is that your day holds. I hope that this practice helps you start your movement in a positive direction, and know that you can come back to this at any time. So I wish you well. Oh, and stay tuned, because I'll be sharing a little bit more about how you can deepen your nervous system regulation through movement. So check the next video. It's there. All right, y'all. See you later. Bye.